welcome to Outside Extra. I am Ellen and I'm joined by the lovely Jane
Hello.
from Outside Xbox, and we're both here because we played some Shadow of the Tomb Raider at the reveal event, and we're going to talk through some of the new things that are coming to it. Now, heads up, we can't show you any of the gameplay, but so we're going to try our best to explain to you just what it's like.
We're going to mime it.
Yeah.
We're going to build a mental picture with our words, so you'll feel like you have seen the game, but in a very real way, you will not have seen the game. Disclaimer.
So first up, there's a new setting. And
At least one new setting.
At least
that we've
one
seen.
new setting that we've seen. Looking at some, Mayan things as well. Some very intriguing pieces of architecture, which are all hidden in jungles. And for those of you who may have seen my video on this channel where I said the things that I wanted from the new games, I said that I wanted it to be in the jungle, so I was quite happy about it.
It would be cool this time to see Lara deal with the hazards of a real tropical jungle. And with that, dealing with new animals that aren't wolves. Imagine that.
What else did you say you wanted, Ellen?
There's lots of things. We'll get to those things.
Okay.
The level that we played, we were wandering around a town, and it was Day of the Dead.
Yeah, it was a masked Day of the Dead festival. Lara puts on a little mask
She looked
so that
badass,
Trinity
didn't
thugs can't be like, oh, that white lady there, the one white lady here. Is that Lara Croft? Is she on holiday? Is she here to mess with our stuff again? So she was in disguise, yeah.
But it looks cool. I like the new setting. It's somewhere different and a little bit warmer than the last places that she's been, definitely.
Yeah, can't be dealing with all that cold again.
No.
Yeah, it's nice. The jungle looks really lush and different and distinctive.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of pretty blasted cold and rocky places so far, so that's a bit different, and it sort of says iconic classic Tomb Raider to me a little bit. It feels nostalgic even though it looks all newfangled and fancy.
Yeah. Also, it's not just ooh, cool jungle, it's also another hub world. So like the previous two games, you've got kind of the one area that you work out from and explore new places, and it's apparently the biggest hub world so far in the series. So there's a lot of jungle probably to run around and explore.
So we're told. I wonder if it'll be like the foot of a big underground ziggurat or something, rather than a jungle hub. It might be a clearing with some sort of ancient ruins.
Yeah.
I'd a guess, maybe. The trailer sort of suggests something like that. There was some key art where you're standing near a ziggurat surrounded by lots of people. I kind of got the impression they meant a sort of slightly more social feeling hub, rather than being totally alone. It's more like that bit in Uncharted where you get to a village and there are people around you. But this is all speculation because that wasn't in the demo we played, which was much more jungle, shooty, puzzly, toomy, more shooty, underwater. River rapids, climby. There you go, I said we'd build a mental picture.
That's it. I know exactly what it's like. Yeah, in Rise of the Tomb Raider, in certain parts of the hub world, there were people who lived there and you could go and chat to them and stuff like that. So
more of that.
Probably more of that, I think. That'll be good. Second point, leading on from the jungle stuff. And it's Lara adapting to that environment, and it was something that you were like, Lara is the predator now.
Yeah. That she's the actual predator. I mean, we don't know. She'll probably be skinning people by the end of the game. Extrapolating along this, she is pretty badass now. She's got the Linda Hamilton arms from Terminator 2. She could definitely do chin-ups on a hospital bed frame. She's probably got optical camo. She hasn't. That's not a thing. It's not a thing.
No, but
she's definitely assertive.
Yes.
She's really kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
And also just killing people.
Yeah, she's just sneaking up to them and just thinking nothing about being super stealthy,
with a knife.
in that she can hide in new parts of the foliage now. So we're all used to hiding in the bushes and waiting for the person to come up to you, but now you can hide against walls behind vines.
Yeah, you just let the vine hang down over you, become one with the forest, and then just lunge out, get the knife in behind the windpipe. She's assertive now. She's making her own decisions.
Yes, she makes
bad
her
decisions.
Own, yeah.
World-endangering decisions.
See, like the bit that we played, she gets to like this mystical knife, which is the magical MacGuffin that everyone's after. In her, I've got to get this before Trinity does. She just takes it and
doesn't even put a bag of sand down.
Yeah, no. The developers are saying it's the end of the beginning because it's the final, in the trilogy of Lara becoming Lara Croft. But
Batman
she's also,
Begins, Tomb Raider Begins trilogy.
Yeah, but she's also setting off the beginning of the end by doing this. And
Do you think they were really ecstatic when they got out of that meeting, when they brainstormed that tagline? Yes, nailed it.
Gonna do it.
Take the rest of the day.
To the pub.
But yeah, talking about the beginning of the end, there's lots of dangers in this game, and it's not just Trinity, but we do find out that Dominguez is a character that might be the head of Trinity.
Apparently, he's the head of Trinity, but he's like out in the field.
Yeah.
And, doing
Getting
it.
his hands dirty,
Exactly.
rolling up his sleeves.
I always imagine the head of Trinity would be like, on a throne somewhere.
With a
So we'll
brandy
see
glass.
whether it's it's a red herring. But yeah, there's a character in the demo, Dominguez, and he's all up in your grill, asking for the silver dagger.
Yeah.
And because they want that too.
Yeah,
Trinity wants things.
There's a dagger and a box, and
You need to put the
two together
in the box, or the world ends.
Yes.
That's not too much of a spoiler because it's sort of very, very early on in the game. It feels like that's more like the setup than like the final act.
You think that it's all about stopping Trinity, then Lara sets off these other events in motion where you're like, okay, I've got to stop Trinity, but I've also got to stop this disaster from happening.
I think Trinity's got to stop Lara because Lara takes this dagger and then Trinity, Dominguez is like, so Lara, where's the silver box? You've got to put this in to stop the world ending. And she's like, it's somewhere safe. And he's like, you don't bloody have it, do you? And she's like, yes, I know about the box. But she doesn't. So, she's endangered everybody. And then all the apocalyptic events begin.
So after the whole Lara doing the I'm taking the thing from the thing, like old school Lara Croft, and everything tumbles in around her, it's not just like the temple falling in around her. She sets off a tsunami, which then creates this underwater section in a town. And what did you hear the words? Underwater section. Is that another thing that I wanted Lara's new game to have? Oh yes, it is.
High on our list of stuff we want for the next Tomb Raider is more water-based environmental puzzling. In my humble opinion, not only should we have more swimming and underwater puzzles, but I'd love to play an entire underwater section.
People over at Square might be watching my videos.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No one could have predicted the underwater sections. Don't you dare comment otherwise. No one could have foreseen.
It was me alone.
You're gonna be milking that for some time, huh?
I got Assassin's Creed right. I got this right.
What else did you ask for in that list video?
I wanted her to be prepared, which she is, and properly I can murder everyone. That's sort of being prepared.
You not have asked for $1 million.
I know.
How
I
long
should
did
do
we
that
make
next
it into
time.
This video before Ellen started listing things that she cleverly got right.
Not very long.
You like a YouTuber smug, right?
What is it you enjoy about underwater sections, Ellen?
Well, it's a little bit of a different challenge. It reminds me of the original games, but whilst we were playing the demo, I felt a lot less stressed than trying to play the underwater parts in the first games. I think partly because you're not watching this little blue bar slowly go down and going, I've got to get to the next bit. Also, as you're swimming along, there are lots of air pockets and stuff. As long as you get there in time, it's not the worst.
Yeah, in the demo we didn't see any exploration underwater per se.
No.
So no puzzles or levers you had to pull.
Not just yet.
That's not to say they won't happen later in the game, but in the demo that we played, it did feel like
It was
you say
more
very
like a linear thing.
linear, choreographed, so that there's a little air pocket for you every time
every
you
bit
feel
you
like
need
you
to
might
go.
be running out of air.
Sometimes you have it where a disaster happens in a game and then you have kind of people strewn about and it's like, oh, this is heartbreaking. It's even more kind of oh my goodness, Lara's done something very silly here when you're swimming around and there's people in a shop, but they're floating around in it because there's just water everywhere. Being like
Good job, Lars.
excited to play Tomb Raider, and I was like, oh, I just feel bad now. Oh no. But it was
There's a bit where you're climbing up a wall and there's a kid and he's like dangling off something and she's like,
I'm coming,
just
I'm
hold
coming, just
on.
hold on.
And then he just doesn't because he hasn't got the upper body strength like she does. And
everyone-
that's on you, Lara. But then I also fell off that wall and got impaled right through the midsection.
Yeah.
So
all the impaling
who's to say?
is still there.
It's still there. I hate those like random whitewater rapids bits where you're
Yeah.
like, wee, steer left, steer right,
Yeah.
impaled through the heart and spine. They just feel so random because the environments are so real and detailed
Yeah.
that it's not as immediately readable
Yeah.
as it might be. So it
Yeah.
feels a little bit more chancy than it
Yeah.
does skill-based. But then I would say that because I was impaled through the heart and spine. And I don't enjoy it.
There were also hints in the demo of there being like creatures underwater that you need to look out for. So I'll be intrigued to see if there's more underwater
Sharks.
sections if you need to
Calling it
worry.
sharks.
because-
Sharks
yeah.
and
Well, we had to deal with like a really
Eels.
weird looking eel
Anacondas.
at some point, but
Yeah.
we want to see big sharks.
octopuses, piranhas, maybe piranhas, classic
OG,
Tomb Raider piranhas.
Yeah, OG
Yeah.
Tomb Raider piranhas.
Which was the one with the big squid
There's one with the big octopus
with like its
in
tentacles waggling
Underworld,
around. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
and
of.
then you impale it.
What's it with you and impaling things, Lara? You've got problems.
So before we played the game, we watched the trailer, and there was a bit where I was like, she's doing a wall run where she's attached to the wall, and that's very much like in the Legend series where you have a proper grapple where you can swing and do wall runs. And then when we played the demo, that's exactly what you can do. I'm really, really pleased.
It makes a lot of sense. If
Yeah.
you're already dangling from a rope, who's going to stop you from running left and right?
Yeah.
Honestly.
Because you already had in the last game, you had the ability to kind of do big jumps where you run, grapple, land. But with this one now, with your updated climbing axe, you can dig it into the wall, rappel down, which is new. So you've got rappel. And then when you get low enough, you can be like, I can run along
Swing
the wall
around.
and do wall runs. And I was very excited for that.
Yeah, it was good. It's one of those little features that actually it makes sense and feels more complete now you can do it.
Yeah.
It's more like something that in the last game you would expect to be able to do
Yeah.
and would feel like it was missing.
I've basically been waiting for this for the last 2 games. So I'm really pleased that it's finally back in the Tomb Raider games, because it, you know, calls back to the Legend series, which I have played far too many times. Finally, another new thing is there's lots of tombs still, but they're a little bit more dangerous and creepy and scary.
So we're told.
And they want to kind of put across the idea that they're really trying to hide some things that they really don't want you to pick up, such as daggers that can cause the apocalypse. So what they've tried to do with all of these tombs is like looking at some of the concept art and kind of from the sort of tomb area that we were in the demo.
Yeah, the sort of platform puzzly ruins that may or may not have been a tomb.
And it was just like there were a few more kind of like spikes on everything, and everything was a little bit more moody, like
A bit more metal.
yeah,
More skulls.
Yeah, like as in the previous games, they've like some of them have been quite creepy, but they've been a bit more like mystical, like full of bears. But with this one,
More menacing.
They're trying,
More
they're
menace.
trying to make them more menacing. It's like no, these are absolute hellholes that you don't want to go there.
I'm gonna say it. I think if you're an ancient Mayan civilization, don't hide your apocalypse artifacts in ziggurats. Just put them in a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
And then Lara won't be intrigued and come along and wreck your stuff, because that's what attracted her to it. It's because
like,
it's a grand, menacing pyramid, underground tomb. Just dig a little hole, put a dagger in it,
Dig a little hole.
put a bit of dirt on it. Lara will never find that.
Yeah, but like some metal detector.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I'd like to
Yeah.
think a detectorist would be like, oh, this deserves further study, and wouldn't just like jam it in the apocalypse god or something.
You have a very optimistic view of detectorists, Jane.
To be honest, all Lara does is pick it up. She doesn't, you know,
Yeah, she is
stab
trying
anything with it.
The advice that I have is don't leave mystical clues as to where it is, because that seems to always be the downfall.
If you really want it hidden.
Yeah, just like put it somewhere and go, I'm going to forget where that was forever, rather than being like, ooh, it's south of the sun as it rises in the west.
Or keep the box with it.
What? That
Don't
doesn't
keep,
make sense.
Don't keep the dagger and the box separate. If they're both required to make the world not end.
Yeah.
Put them in the same place.
Yeah, but they're also both required to control the
Oh,
world.
so yeah, Trinity's going to remake the world.
Yeah.
You're saying Dominguez isn't a good guy.
I don't think so, Jane.
Oh, man.
Even though his beard looks pretty on fleek, so...
Don't meet your heroes, I guess.
So, those just a few of the things that will be coming your way in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. A few of the things that we spotted, all shiny new things.
And it's coming out.
It's coming out this September.
Yeah.
So I am looking forward to that. Apparently there's going to be a few more things that they're going to show, so I'm looking forward to E3.
What? They're not just going to launch it in September?
No, Jane. Keep an eye on Tomb Raider.
Also, I really liked how the game appears to start with Jonah, because that's how
Jonah.
2 started as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jonah's always getting
He's
us over.
always like,
when he's like
Lara,
climbing with
help.
Lara, and she's like, Jonah, I'm all stuck and lost. I'm going to go on without you, okay? And then in this game, she's like, Jonah, I triggered the apocalypse.
And he's like he's so patient.
So I'm enjoying his new role as
Yes.
like her giant long-suffering sidekick.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Because he's kind of like, in the previous games, he's like one of the few people that like believed her when it came to the mystical stuff.
Yes.
I was right, Jonah. Dad was right. The divine source is real. I wish he was here to see this.
He'd be proud of you.
There's a moment in the demo where he was like, it's not all about you, Lara.
That was such a good line. Lara, it's not always about you.
Yeah.
He's like, we've got to get these civilians to safety. And she's like, no, Jonah.
Trinity.
I mean, she's got a point, but he also has a point.
Yes, they both have points, and they should just work together and be friends. But yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I was happy with what I played, and I can't wait to play more and see more Lara Croft and go adventuring through the jungle.
Yeah,
in
Jungle
the
Lara
underwater
is
levels.
good Lara.
So,
She's got the blue
yes.
tank top back as well.
Yes, and
she's definitely
that's the
converging on
coolest thing.
iconic classic.
Yeah, you can
Tomb Raider.
see where the original, like she's got the little light as well on her from the Legend series. There's all these little things. As like a fan, I'm just like, this is good, well done, I like it. So if you are excited as well, let us know in the comments down below, and say what you're hoping from the new game.
Yeah, they won't listen. Ellen has the hotline.
I might,
But
Hey
let
guys,
Ellen know, and she'll
tell
talk
me. I'll
to
pass it
IDOS
on.
Montreal.
And it'll
And then
all
they'll
be
have a
fun.
think.
Yeah. But I am looking forward to more Lara Croft. And if you want to find out more about the games in future, make sure you subscribe to us and to Outside Xbox as well, so you can get all the info as it appears on the internet, because we will get it to you through lovely videos, hopefully. Yeah, nice. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.